I terminated for medical reasons at 16 weeks. And I, for the sake of efficiency, am going to get ready and talk about anger. So for many in the clinical field, they'd say anger is a secondary emotion, not a primary emotion. So the reason they say it's a secondary emotion is because oftentimes people don't know how to deal with something like sadness or shame or guilt or fear or whatever, and so they just like turn to anger. So I am not someone that gets angry very easily or very quickly. It takes a lot for me to get angry. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I became a very angry person and what I had to do about it after my abortion. So anger came a knockin' about 6 months after my abortion. So in that time, I had been seeing a therapist weekly. I engaged in group treatment. I, did all the things that my therapist. I had already had a miscarriage after the abortion, and then about 6 months later, I had my second miscarriage, and it was at 9 weeks, and it was painful and it was awful. And that's when I became really freaking angry. My second miscarriage actually was on my due date of like the pregnancy that I had the abortion. I literally had a miscarriage on my anniversary of like the due date. So I was angry at like God, the universe, whatever. I was angry about at my body. Like it failed me 3 times. I was angry at anyone who, looked at me sideways. I became such like a ball of rage that every time I drove, I felt like I just like one person to cut me off and I would be like a crazy psycho. And so that's when I knew like this is not working for me. It's not who I am. It's not comfortable to be in my body. I mean, I would just be sitting there, watching TV, and I would notice my fists are just clenched. My jaw is so tight all the time. I had headaches. I mean, I was just angry. I was just very angry. And so, like any normal angry person, I called my local boxing gym and I started taking boxing lessons. I went from like 1 individual a week to now I'm at 2 individual a week. I remember sharing in my group how angry I was, and I was shocked to find out like I was not the only person that was angry. And angry at a lot of things, right? But mainly angry at our body. Angry that it wasn't and it didn't do the thing that it was supposed to do. There's a high likelihood that I'm going to delete this and be so embarrassed that I just put makeup on. Without a ring light, by the way. This is just like my crappy like bathroom light. By the way, that was way harder than I thought it would be. So kudos to those like Instagram and TikTok influencer ladies, because you guys are good.